What the is that?
Ukraine. I start in Odessa, right? And then I work my way to the Crimea.
That's low-grade stuff, man. We have better coke at the White House.
You fucking is your problem?
What's up, guys? It's Benny. It won't come as a surprise to you that our degenerate world leaders are completely and totally blitzed out of their minds 24/7. This is allegedly a photo of Joe Biden next to another photo of Joe Biden taken within 24 hours of each other. You can see the same room, same flag, same suit and everything, but two very different Joe Bidens. What's going on here? One of these guys is strung out of his skull. Look at his eyes, unblinking, massive pupils, and one of these guys has sort of the bleary gray, cloudy, foggy look that we're used to in Joe Biden. What's going on here exactly? He even talks differently. Well, what's going on here is clearly some form of drug use. You could argue that maybe one of them is Joe Biden, an actor playing Joe Biden in a skin mask. Some people do say that, but I would argue that it's probably drug use in the White House. I'd have good evidence to back that up. A reminder that they found multiple bags of cocaine inside of the White House. They even found DNA on those baggies of cocaine. They were hidden inside of the official residence of the White House, yet nobody ever figured out who they belonged to.
Do you ever see him? He walks, he finishes his speech, stumbles through. By that time, it's starting to wear off, Whatever happened to the cocaine they found in the White House? It was weird. Through a presidential entrance. We found massive amounts of cocaine, but we don't know whose it is. I think I know whose it is, you think?
So Alex Jones interviewing with Tucker Carlson, both of them say they have sources saying Joe Biden is drugged up at the White House, that oftentimes he can be found wandering around early in the morning, late at night, doesn't know who he is or where he is. Also, of course, obviously, man, there's plenty of people with the suspicions of Kamala, right? Boy, it sure does stand to reason. But you know what? We're not here to talk about things gone by. Let's talk about world leaders that still have power. This is the world leader of Ukraine. His name is Volodymyr Zelenskyy. And this guy has a very long history of being a total tweaker. He's an actor by trade, right? And of course, drug use is pretty much part of the operation. If you're an actor, you have to be a massive drug user. And you can see here in multiple clips, in multiple scenarios, Volodymyr Zelenskyy is just sniffing like a candy polar bear.
Президент Байден у інтерв'ю він мені сказав про цю свою мрію.
So the trick of the trade, right? Volodymyr Zelenskyy in a famous NBC News interview.
I just returned from several areas
along
the front line in the south and in the east. And soldiers there told me they have to ration their ammunition. They don't have enough weapons to advance. They can only defend themselves. In some cases, they're losing territory. What happens to your country if this American aid doesn't arrive?
Guy's strung out of his freaking gourd. Anyway, the point is that everybody's been noticing this, right? I've been around many drug users, and he's definitely on something. But then comes this very unique moment in time where Zelenskyy has now agreed not only to a ceasefire, but to meet Vladimir Putin. Oh boy, how much nose candy will be used before that meeting. Anyway, the point is that this meeting was negotiated in part by European leaders, and they held a press junket on a train before heading back to Europe. You can't fly into Ukraine these days. You actually literally have to take trains because it's too dangerous and there's too many missiles flying above. And, well, sleuths on the internet noticed something quite unique about the meetings of these three world leaders. You have the leaders of Germany, France, and England popping into their little Ukrainian train here, and a little white baggie on the table, you will see, along with what looks like a little spoon, right? This is how it's done, all right? I don't know from personal experience, but watched enough Scarface movies, right? Little spoon on the table and a little white baggie of powder that gets snatched up by the world leaders. You can see there, little sleight of hand. and then immediately put away into a pocket. That's Emmanuel Macron there of France. So what's happening here? 3 men, white bag of powder. Notice how Macron sneakily, deftly swipes it out of the camera's view. German Chancellor Merz takes care of the spoon. Can't have people thinking they're plotting a strategy while doing cocaine together. All right, this is quite the video. Macron, Starmer, and Merz, again, the leaders of France, England, and Germany, caught on video with a return from Kyiv, a bag of white powder on the table. Macron quickly pockets it. Merz hides the spoon. No explanation given. Zelenskyy, known for cocaine enthusiast, hosted them. Connect the dots. So many people saying, because we've seen Zelenskyy sniffing and snuffing on camera so very much, because there were so many bags of cocaine found in the White House, then maybe this is what's happening here. Obviously, the bag in question is cocaine. The fact that the media just feels the need to deny it being cocaine just confirms that it's cocaine. These are drug-addled lunatics who do uppers before their orgies. Okay. Please don't capture that on camera, whatever you do. I've tried to talk mates out of high on cocaine out of bar fights, says Tristan Tate. It didn't work out well. I ended up having to punch people. With this in mind, no world leader should be taking any part in negotiation that could lead to nuclear war if he's on cocaine, let alone actively on cocaine. And Jack Posobiec just posting this pretty excited photo of Macron. Anyway, here's the search here, right? If you just search this on X, you will find clip after clip after clip of people saying, hey, look, like this is clearly them making a mistake. They left their little baggie on the table, and now they're trying to cover it up, right? Here's sort of the, there's the little spoon there. There's the cocaine in the paper baggie, and they realized they did an oopsie here, right? Oh no, uh-oh, this is a problem for us, and they sort of cop to it, and grab the stuff and stash it, right? Okay. So this is what the internet's saying. Now let's go ahead and check in with the fact check and the community notes, because these videos are now getting community noted, and I'll let you decide what you think. It's a rolled up tissue. It's not actually a baggie of cocaine, says this community note. Here's a photo for reference. This is tissue paper, and this is a bag of cocaine. Okay, so here's the reference. These are the high-res photos. This, does look like a bag of tissue paper. You can see here, again, what looks like perhaps a tissue, right? Definitely. I'm not sitting here trying to take anybody's side. I am saying it's very strange, right? They should have better staffing. All of these videos are getting community noted, right? False. This video does not show Merz and Macron hiding cocaine. A high-resolution video shows the cocaine bag is a handkerchief, a tissue paper, and the cocaine spoon is a cocktail skewer. They were on the way to Ukraine, not back from Ukraine. So and then they link to an article like this saying it's not cocaine on the train. Okay. All these dorky fact checkers. You can look for yourself. You can see for yourself. Whatever it is, it's a little white baggie or like paper, and it's some type of a stick. So that is what it is. But this is both sides, right? They're saying this is not fact check. This is in French. No, it wasn't a bag of cocaine. The thing is that they're so close to Zelenskyy, and we've all seen Zelenskyy and his behavior, and we've all seen what happened with Joe Biden and his family and Hunter Biden. And so, the burden of proof is actually on you, right? You were just visiting with this guy, right? This is the guy you were just hanging out with. So again, the burden of proof is on you. But these are the community notes. I'm trying to be as fair as I can here, right? Just say, all right, well, here's what the community notes are saying. Community notes are saying that it is tissue paper, right? Here we go. Let's do just one more. False. This is a handkerchief or tissue paper. All right. There you go. And then let's go through this. Here's the high res image. Okay. What do you think? I think that it's nice that President Trump is delivering peace here. I think that's what's most important. And that these degenerate world leaders, the ones that are completely and totally addicted to drugs, unlike Donald Trump, who's clean living, never even had a sip of alcohol. Donald Trump, who is sort of the model for clean living, actually. I mean, the guy's aging in reverse. It's like somehow Zelenskyy looks older and far worse than Donald Trump, and he's out half his age. Anyway, the point is that the time for these kind of guys are over, right? This is like throwback Biden era stuff, and like get them out, because clearly people have lost their lives and there's been a lot of pain unnecessarily because these guys are so strung out of their minds. Biden, Hunter, Kamala, Zelenskyy, the whole lot of them. So like all the more reason to end these wars, all the more reason to end the madness and not let these junkies be in charge of destroying actually a very peaceful and good world. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my take on it. All right. Let me know what you think in the comment section. That's definitely the #1 trending topic in the world right now. Where these leaders caught lacking. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See you.